Hey folks, TechTucker here. In today's video, what we're going to do is I've got a collaboration lined up with a few YouTubers in the space, in the community. You more than likely watch a few, I've mentioned a few, and I've also appeared in some of their collabs in the past as well. But yeah, every channel that is featured in this video will have their link in the description below. And yeah, the video itself is about your best gaming pickup ever. So in terms of some of the criteria, it could be a few factors to consider. Things like a price range, things like memories associated with it, whether it's Christmases, birthdays, whatever the heck it may be. And on top of that, it could just be something with like the hype factor. Maybe you pre-ordered it and it was just a game you waited for a very long time. So before we get to everyone else, I'll quickly go through mine and kind of show what you're getting yourself into with this week's video. So I've got two picks based on some of that criteria I mentioned. The first game I've picked being Phineas and Ferb Quest for Cool Stuff on the Wii U. This is a game that I was never actively on my radar, but I'm a massive fan of the show Phineas and Ferb. I probably still listen to the odd song or two from it, and there is a revival coming, so look forward to that. But yeah, off on a tangent there, this game cost me £12. Now, a lot of people will know this game is worth about £150 or something at this point. It may have come back down a bit, I'm not 100% sure. But with this game, again, I found it for £12 in a game shop after COVID had happened. I remember this game was in that shop before COVID happened. And it was one of those shops where I've featured it a few times on the channel, GMB Tech and Berwick upon Tweed, where not a lot of the stuff will move retro-wise for a while. So after COVID had been, I remember seeing it, and it was worth around £40 at that initial point. And then things happened. That year later I went back in and found it again for £12. It was still there after COVID had been, and I was very happy to find it. At that point it had shot up to approximately £80 in value. Nowadays, as I say, this sits comfortably around 150. The condition of this is very nice, hence why I've got it in a baggie. It does have like the manuals and the inserts and such, discs pristine. I cleaned up the case as well. The case was a tad bit grubby with some sticker residue, but I'm very happy to have that in the collection. So yeah, that's one of my greatest pickups that I still have in the collection. I have had other stuff that I've sold on in the past, but I've been doing that for as long as I can remember. So yeah, is what it is. And then in terms of like hype factor and stuff, one game that I'm holding upside down is Pokemon Black. And the reason I've got this game mentioned is this isn't my original childhood copy or anything like that. I wish it was, but I sold everything I had for Amiibo. And to be fair, in a way, I'm kind of glad I did, for the fact I pretty much got everything back from when I traded all that stuff in. I built up the collection again. But yeah, with Pokemon Black, I got this for my 12th birthday, which was August in 2012. This game came out in March that year, and not only that, Pokemon games used to come out in Japan much earlier, maybe even a full year beforehand. So I would sit and watch videos on YouTube like the Koro Leaks, which was a Japanese magazine that would show images of Pokemon before they, were officially unveiled or whatever. Because we didn't have it as good as we do now, where trailers and all that will come out, to coincide with like these magazines. You would often have to rely on these weekly magazines to show new images and stuff. And then you'd get the occasional trailer and it would be drip feeding. It took a while for games to, get publication and the hype around them and stuff like that. It was a lot longer of a process than it is these days, where you're 6 months before a game's released and you get everything dropped. But yeah, Pokemon Black, I waited a very painstakingly long time for this. Well, because I can't remember when it initially came out. I'll pop a date here just to say, that's when it came out in Japan. And then it came out in March, I think it was the next year it came out in March in like the PAL region. And I had to wait for it from March all the way to August, and this game was the only thing I could think about. When I finally got it on my birthday, all I did was play it. I stayed up that was probably one of my first all-nighters playing a video game. It was like 4 AM, but 5 AM even by the time I decided to get a couple hours rest. Woke up, back to the grind, had the game beat the next day. And I played it like every day, because there was Black City in this game where you could go in and do like a daily battle with some higher level Pokemon. I would just grind Pokemon to like level 100, just because I loved the game that much. Again, seeing the full back sprinkle, the animations, everything about this game, I loved it. It was a real good, it wasn't a soft reboot, but they had all new Pokemon, so it was a completely fresh experience. And yeah, this game will always hold that sentimental value to me. There are other games that I can mention here, like Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness that my brother got me for my 21st birthday, which was awesome. Things like that, but I didn't want to flood it with like hundreds of games, but these two are definitely some, that do stick out. So without further ado, we'll get on to the first person in this collaboration, SuperSmashGaming. Take it away.
Hi, I'm Soup, and when I was asked what my best ever gaming pickup was, to be totally honest, I was a little bit puzzled. I like to think as a gamer and collector, I have a lot of really good pickups that I'm really proud of, and I gave it quite a lot of thought, and I came to the understanding, at least in my own mind, that if I was to cull off every single game that I own and only keep one game, what's the last game that I keep? Because surely, at least to me, that would be my best ever pickup. And I soon came to the realization that my best ever pickup is Alex Kidd in Miracle World 2 on the Sega Master System, which is a homebrew game. And to be totally honest, a brilliant sequel to what is one of, if not the best game from my childhood, in Alex Kidd in Miracle World. This was created by a small team of people from Sega 8-Bit, which is a Sega forum for the Master System, obviously. And I think it was just really the case of me being in the right place at the right time. Roughly 7 years or so ago, I was trying to full set the Sega Master System, and I was quite an active member of the forum. And as such, the forum asked if anyone could donate towards funding the forum, then please do, sort of thing. And I'm pleased to say that I did that. It's lovely to be part of the community and actually sort of put something back in. Later that year, this game was released, and they said they had some extra copies, and they wanted them to go to people that had helped covering the cost of the forum. And I was just like, oh my god. I read it, I literally almost fell off the chair, and so I was like, oh wow. So straight away I was on, yeah, please, I would absolutely love a copy of the game. And yeah, to be totally honest, I would say Alex Kidd in Miracle World 2 is probably the rarest game that I have in my collection. It's probably the only game that I'd actually consider rare in my collection. And this would be the last game that leaves my collection. If I was going to get rid of all my collections, you would have to pry this out of my cold dead hands to get it. So there you go. Alex Kidd in Miracle World 2 is my best ever pickup. Thank you very much.
Hello, I'm Joe. First of all, I want to say a big thank you to TechTucker for inviting me to be a part of this collaboration. I really appreciate it. I'm Joe, and I have a YouTube channel, SuperSmashGamingYT, and TechTucker has asked me to tell you guys what my best gaming pickup is that I have ever picked up. So I have a few gaming pickups that I've got, so I'll list my top 3 that I picked up. So first of all was I went to a car boot not long ago, and I picked up a PlayStation Slim box for £1, which is absolutely amazing, as the PlayStation Slim boxes sell for anywhere between £20 and £30 on eBay, and this was just sitting on the floor full of DVDs. So obviously I asked the guy if I could purchase it, and he said you can purchase it for £1, which was absolutely awesome. So yeah, very happy that I picked that up, and that is a part of the game stream now as well. My second best pickup was I picked up a Nintendo 3DS XL from, I think it was Gumtree, and I picked that up for £25. This was a while back now, and it was boxed, and it was the Super Mario 3D Land version. And like I say, I only paid £25 for this. This is now selling for £200 on CEX, which is absolutely astounding. I did sell it on when I had it, but I do wish that I had kept it at the time. But you win some and you lose some, so that's one of them things. But yeah, I was very happy to pick that up for £25 back in the day anyway. So yeah, very happy that I picked that up. And the best pickup that I have ever got was I went into Cash Converters. They had a lot of games for 50p, but they also had some games for 40p too. And at this time, I managed to pick up New Super Mario Bros. Wii for the Nintendo Wii, obviously. This is a £20 game, and I managed to pick it up for just 40p, which was absolutely insane, as well as picking up some other games for 40p and 50p respectively too. So yeah, that is probably one of my best finds that I have ever found out in the wild. I obviously will be hunting for more finds in the future, so hopefully I will get an even better find than those 3 finds that I've found so far. So yeah, thank you so much to TechTucker for inviting me for this YouTube collaboration again. I really appreciate it, and yeah, thank you. I'll see you soon. Bye.
My best pickup, so I couldn't decide whether to do the most meaningful, the most influential, or the most memorable, so I'll do all 3 for you really quickly. So the most influential is quite easy. It's Silent Hill on the PlayStation 1. The reason being, without this I probably won't be a game collector. So I picked this up from a car boot for 20 pence, saw it randomly. As soon as I bought this, I suddenly clicked, suddenly realised that I can go out and I can buy all those games again now. I've got my own money, they're a lot cheaper, nobody at that time was really collecting them, and it triggered it all off of me. So if I hadn't have found Silent Hill at that car boot for so cheap so many years ago, I can pretty much guarantee I wouldn't be a game collector, which would be a great shame. So Silent Hill is easily the most influential pickup for me. Second, the most memorable would be FIFA 16. Why? Midnight launch. You don't really do that anymore. So me and my friend pre-ordered this, and we had a simple plan. We were going to go to Spoons, we were going to drink away, midnight, we'll get the game, and we'll go back and we'll play the hell out of it. It went fine. I got way too drunk in Spoons, showed up to the game at the time at midnight, way too drunk, accidentally fell into a cutout of Lionel Messi, made a right fool of myself, completely took it out. They gave me the game begrudgingly just to get me out of the store, got a taxi home, played 1 game of it, passed out drunk, woke up the next day, played the hell out of it for about 2 days, but easily the most memorable and the most fun pickup, definitely. But I've got some great memories of picking up FIFA 16, and like I say, midnight launch not really a thing anymore, so it isn't going to happen too much. And the most meaningful is a strange game for some, I'm sure. It's Atomic Runner. So the reason for this being, this is a game as far back as I can remember my mum giving to me as a birthday gift. So didn't have too many games growing up, we didn't have the most money back then. I remember she gave me this for a birthday present. She gave it me quite late at night, because I think she didn't finish work till a bit later. I was around my grandma's house and we were having dinner, and my mum and my granddad came in through the door and gave me this game. Unfortunately, this is not the exact game. That game got lost to time, but this is one I picked up not too long ago. But those 3 people unfortunately aren't with me anymore. So this game it brings back a lot of good memories, and it means quite a lot to me. So definitely the most meaningful pickup was when I got reintroduced to a copy of Atomic Runner. Yeah, really means quite a lot to me, this one.
Oh, John aka Chickenfillets here, and thank you to TechTucker for having me on to discuss, well, the best gaming pickup that I've ever had. Now, for those who are unaware of me, I am a Scottish JRPG content creator. I'm also Aberdonian. Now, if you know anything about Aberdonians, we're a bit tight-fisted and we like a bargain. Now, if you know anything about JRPGs, well, JRPGs generally keep their value. And with them also being more niche in the gaming market, well, sometimes picking them up in the wild can be an expensive business. Now, I often like to have a look in charity shops to see if I can spot a bargain, but this time, well, I found something that I never expected to see out in the wild. Now, generally this PSP game had been in my wishlist for a good while. Now, that game, which I picked up for £2 from a charity shop of all places, was Valkyrie Profile Lenneth. Now, Valkyrie Profile Lenneth is a JRPG from Square Enix. Now, at the time when I picked this up, generally from Entertainment Exchange, you were looking at about £20 just to buy this second hand. So getting this for £2 was just a fantastic deal. Now, Valkyrie Profile Lenneth is actually a remastered version of the PS1 JRPG classic. It is a fantastic Norse mythology JRPG. And the fact is, well, finding a JRPG in a charity shop of all places was just unreal. So there we have it. That is one of the best pickups that I've had out in the wild. What is one of the best pickups that you've had? Come on, let myself and TechTucker know down in the comments down below. Thank you once again for having me on this collaboration. This has been John, aka Chickenfillets, and until next time, daddy bye.
Hello everyone, my name's Chris. How is everybody doing today? Martin, TechTucker, thank you so much for reaching out to me with an invite to do a collaboration with you on this video. thank you so much. I hope you're all going to enjoy my pickup. So guys, Martin reached out to me. He's asked me to showcase what my favourite best ever pickup is, and I am pleased to give you those details. But before that, I just want to introduce myself to you. In case you don't know me, my name is Chris. My channel is called Retro Smash TV. You will often see me at the car boot sales, game hunting, bargain hunting, having a bit of banter with sellers, picking up cheap games that I can trade into CEX, that I can flip on, that I can build my own video game collection. The game that I've picked up is part of that. So guys, if that is something that you enjoy, you've never seen me, my channel, make sure you check it out. So let's get into the pickups. Right, so the reason why this game is actually my favourite pickup of all time is it's a PlayStation 1 absolute OG classic. So when I was 11, 12, I can't really remember the age, but I was desperate for this game. I really, really wanted this game, but there was huge uproar in the media. Parents, my mum would not let me own this game. However, I managed to get my hands on the official PlayStation magazine. At the time, it had a demo disc on it, and that game was Grand Theft Auto. So the reason why this game is my best pickup and the part of my collection is due to that fact that I was not allowed it as a teenager, and now almost 40 years old, I have managed to pick this game up for myself. So mum, if you're watching this, I've got Grand Theft Auto. What are you going to do about it? So yeah, I just love this game. It's the top-down version of Grand Theft Auto. I'm a massive, huge Grand Theft Auto fan anyway. I love everything about it, but I remember spending hours and hours playing through the demo. The demo would allow you to do like 10 minutes and then it would just stop, and just playing it over and over and over again. It was new. I think what really appealed to me was I was 11, the game was an 18, and it just blew my mind at the time. And there was just so much just chaos around this particular game. The media was portraying that all the kids were going to go out and start running people over and killing people. And I can tell you now, kids in the 90s didn't need Grand Theft Auto to be doing that sort of stuff. There was plenty other stuff going on in the world, which later came out anyway. We're talking about, yeah, I won't go into that. But my best pickup is GTA on the PlayStation 1, this collector's edition, which contains GTA, GTA 2 and GTA London. So Martin, thank you so much for inviting me on your channel. It's been a massive, massive privilege. There's only one thing left for me to say. Whoever is coming on after me, good luck. Let's go!
Hi everyone, and welcome to my games room and my games collection. I'm Pixel Paul. Thank you for having me on this video. TechTucker, a big shout out to you. Thanks for putting it together. Thanks for asking me to join this collaboration. Really honoured, really happy to be here. And yeah, so the games that I most sort of remember picking up, my favourite gaming grabs, if you like, then. So I've got two. I had to go for two. So my first one, and this is a sequel to a game that I absolutely loved. The first game I played, so many hours, and it's a game that got me through a little bit of a rough patch in my life. And yeah, when the sequel was announced along with this console, I could not wait to play this game, and I don't think I've been this excited or that excited about a new release for a long time. I very rarely buy games on day one. I tend to wait a few months or weeks for a bit of a price drop, but for this game I had to get it. I also don't usually buy sort of special editions, and certainly not on day one again. So when I bought this game, it was a bit of a special moment for me because, like I said, I was really looking forward to this game, and it is Horizon 2 Forbidden West. And yeah, I absolutely loved this game as well. I didn't like it quite as much as the first one. The first one is just a very special game for me. But yeah, just picking this up on day one and getting the special edition and the sense of excitement, if you like, of finally being able to get this game and play this game. It's not a feeling that I sort of get that often with games these days. Certainly maybe older games when I'm picking up games I've never played before, perhaps I do, but yeah, there was just the level of excitement that I got from waiting and getting this game was just different. It just hit differently. So my second favourite pickup or gaming grab, whatever you want to call it, goes back all the way, probably best part of 3 years now. So I had a collection, I sold a collection, and then started to recollect on a sort of smaller scale. But I'd never really gone into sort of a charity shop to look for games specifically. So I just started to collect a little bit again, and I just happened to go to a charity shop just to see what games they had. And it just so happened on this day when I went to that charity shop, they would have this stack of Xbox 360 games, and they were all for £1. They were 5 for £1. They were just in with DVDs, and yeah, you could pick any 5 and it just cost £1. I couldn't believe how much that had cost me. I couldn't believe that I'd got these 5 very decent games as well for just £1, with the added bonus actually that one had another disc in it. So the 5 games were Call of Duty Ghosts, GTA 5, Far Cry 4, Assassin's Creed 3 and Medal of Honor. So yeah, it really opened my eyes to what you could actually grab at that point in terms of games and how cheaply and quickly you could build a collection up. Now we know that at the moment that's a little bit different these days. The charity shops don't tend to give you offers like that anymore. But yeah, it really kind of re-sparked my interest in collecting games, and it's probably these 5 games which has led to this lot behind me. So yeah, that's my second favourite pickup. So that's my little contribution to this video. Thanks again, TechTucker. Really appreciate you having me on the video, and I'll see you all next time.
Hey TechTucker fans, I'm Zenbloke. Tucker's inviting me to speak about my favourite ever pickups. Well, I've had some good ones over the years. I've had my Pip-Boy from my Pip-Boy edition of Fallout 4. I've got my Division 2 statue. But the king of all kings has to be when I turned up to the launch night of Grand Theft Auto 5 at the St. James Centre way back in the PS3 days. At the time the channel was maybe 20-30 subscribers. I'd only been going a few months. So this is my first ever midnight launch, and the first ever midnight launch that I obviously documented from the channel, and many awesome videos came from it. Primarily due to the events of that particular evening. So I got given this ticket when I got there, and the first 5 of us got these tickets. And these tickets, when we got into the St. James Centre, they gave us a goodie bag. And my goodie bag, because I was first, had the most amount of stuff in it. So when I go inside, I had a look through it, and I made a video obviously of the swath of stuff that I got, which was amazing, and I still have it all. And yeah, that was cool. Then they went and got me to bring me to the front of the line, outside the game store, inside the St. James Centre, and like a fool, I didn't run my camera to film the massive queue that I was going to stand in front of. But when I got to the front of the queue, across the way, I saw 2 people I knew. And these 2 people were Rockstar staff that I knew because I worked in the Costa in the St. James Centre, and I got friendly with those guys. They were from the art department, but obviously they signed NDAs, so they couldn't tell me anything about the game. But we're still on friendly terms. This is going to prove important. Anyway, so I get into the store. Now I've pre-ordered, and I've pre-ordered the game and the book. So I've got the strategy guide, I've got the collector's edition of the game, I've got my goodie bag, and the store itself gave me an art print. So I've got all these cool things. And I come out of the store, high as a kite, and then the 2 guys from Rockstar, they come up and they congratulate me and they say, "Oh, cool stuff, man," and all the rest of it. And then one of them says, "Hey, bring your lithographic map into work in a day or two, and we'll take it into work. And I'm like, oh, cool, thanks guys. So obviously, a couple of days later, I bring it to them. They take it in. A couple of days later, I get it back. And I'm thinking, oh, that's cool, it'll have a couple of signatures on it, that'll be kind of neat. I unfold this puppy. 80% of the back here, line upon line upon line, is just loaded with silver pen signatures of Rockstar North staff that had worked on Grand Theft Auto 5. Amazing! It's my favourite ever thing. I love it. My collection is small, but that is a treasured piece and I will never let it go.
Hey, it's me, OGDuffy, and TechTucker sent me a lovely email asking me for some of my great memories from video game collecting over the years, some of the great bargains I've found. Well, 2 have come to mind. Oh yes, and I will tell you about both. But before we get to them, remember guys, got to stay hydrated. Oh yes. The very latest memory of a pickup, probably last summer, me and Mrs. OG had gone away for a weekend. And of course, as always, as we're mooching around the various pubs and antiquity shops and the like, I found a charity shop. I entered said charity shop and that's where I found this. Silent Hill on the PS1. Now, as you can see there, that cost me £2.50. And I have to tell you, this is absolutely immaculate. All the bump and paperwork are still in this. But it wasn't that got me. It's when I went to the counter to pay. The gentleman looked at this, plus another couple of games I'd picked up in there, nothing special. And he said to me, oh, I'm glad that's sold. That's been sitting on the shelf for ages. Yes, I am not joking, I do not kid you. I felt like I robbed the bloke. But to be honest, them fines are still out there, but they are still few and far between. But just don't stop looking. Now for my second. Now this second one happened probably 20 plus years ago, and it is all of those Sega Saturn games that you see there on that shelf. I was at a music event. It was a local music event run by charities and stuff, and they had charity stalls there. I went over, I was looking through, scouring through, and there was a cardboard box in the corner filled with them Sega Saturn games, all just stacked up in there. I said, how much are the games, mate? 50 pence each. He said, but do me a favour, I'm packing up, I'm ready to go. He said, give me a £5 for the lot. He said, less to take. I paid the £5, of course I did, but you guys already knew that. The message is this: there are still bargains to be had out there. Don't get me wrong, they are now few and far between, but you gotta keep looking. Because let's be honest, the one day you walk past a charity shop and don't go in will be the one day that that copy of Silent Hill or a whole batch of Sega Saturn games will be sat there and you'll miss out on them. So you've got to keep looking, guys and girls, of course. Anyway, I've been OGDuffy and thank you very much, TechTucker. This beer is for all of you guys. Happy hunting. See you on the next one.
And that was the collaboration video. So it was a lot of interesting stories, things you wouldn't necessarily expect, you know, with SuperSmashGaming pick for Alex Kidd in Miracle World 2. That was really cool. I loved seeing the GTA stuff from Zenbloke and RetroSmashTV, of course, you know, just to name a few. But yeah, loads of great pickups right there, and I'm very pleased that everyone took the time to jump in on this collaboration. Again, if you haven't subscribed to any of these channels or haven't heard of them before, these are the kinds of people that I watch my day-to-day when I'm doing YouTube stuff. And also, I take inspiration from as well. So again, a great community, lots of fantastic people in here. And yeah, all those pickups were amazing. It was so good to have so many people, you know, participate and take some time out of their very busy schedules. As I know when I do these videos, it's not the easiest of tasks to keep on top of it sometimes, so it's very much appreciated to everyone who participated. And again, links to all these channels are in the description below. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please do like, share and subscribe. I'm definitely open to doing this sort of thing again in the future. Might give it a little bit of time. This is meant to be my 1000 subscriber special, and 400 subscribers later I've still just done it now, so apologies for the wait folks, but I hope it was worth the wait. Anyways, yeah, like, share and subscribe. Hope you have a great week ahead of you folks, and I'll catch you in next week's video. Thanks and goodbye.